You are rapidly accelerating, and I got this vision in my third eye of you standing in front of a road, and it's like both lanes are both lanes have traffic with vehicles. You know, it's like you're leaving things behind and you are accelerating towards things. So let's get into this energy and also who you are. So you are showing up as the Page of Cups in reverse. Okay. You maybe was dealing with disappointment at one point. We don't want to focus on that. But you are dealing with, at this point, new ideas. There is potential for creative blocks, and I'm just hearing, like, if you are dealing with that, you need to rest. You have, like, this well within you of innocence and joy and nostalgia, and you're healing and, like, harmonizing your energy at this moment. I'm, like, being called back to that image of you standing before the 2-lane street with cars going either direction. It's like, it's interesting because it's like you're most certainly ascending, but it's like you're balancing at the same time. It's like you're balancing out as you're ascending. And, you know, maybe I just got the image of, like, a scale, like, kind of riding an escalator up, but, like, in just really it was just ascending, and, like, it kind of became, like, lopsided in that motion, in doing the motion of ascending. But it's like, because, like, gravity had shifted, so it's like maybe what's expected for a typical ascension is to, like, to have your center of gravity to be thrown off, but and maybe to remain there, like, while you're ascending. But it's like you are actually balanced before you reach the point of, like, the other side, whatever that is for you in this situation. So just for the sake of, here, let's see here, be intentional with this reading. This, I'm being called to, you know, this 6 of Cups card has Scorpio, like, written all over it. It's like, you know, this is maybe, like, okay, so this is what's hidden. Wow. What's hidden. So right now it's like you're unable to sort of reminisce. You're unable to feel familiar. And you may be even unable to feel familiar to your own happy memories. That's interesting and sad. But the underlying energy that's coming through for your reading, okay, is we have 8 of Wands making an appearance, so this is speed. Okay, rapid action, movement, swift change, quick decisions, manifesting quickly, air travel, Sagittarius, fire sign, manifestation, practicality, skill. Absolute decisions, business, the ego. You know, I'm hearing, and we have 6 and 8 coming out. I'm hearing 6th house and also 8th house. And I'm seeing movement again. I'm being called to share this information with you that I received personally in a reading recently, and it was like movement is necessary for you to sort of like shake off the rest of what happened to you. Like literally you can just stand in motion, like literally just shake your body. Like, but it's true. And oh, where was I going with this? Okay, so like it's like, you know, absolute decisions. I'm being driven to like you. Oh yeah, if I didn't say before, I heard like egos were crushed. Okay, maybe both. Maybe in different ways though, because that's kind of like what I'm sensing. Like maybe one was like a. That's interesting. It's interesting because every ego is a world upon itself. And so in that way, it validates its own existence, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it is valid amongst other like egos or realities and like the ultimate reality. And I'm getting the sense like there was like maybe an ego here, like maybe egos. I'm definitely getting like, you know, maybe there are some peripheral egos as well, but egos that were like worlds upon themselves that got really crushed as like kind of the ultimate culmination of this. I wanted to get more information on like what this solution was. We have making an appearance, Queen of Wands, and Justice. The solution was having courage, having confidence, being independent. And it's interesting because I'm literally hearing someone in my own life say, I'm tired of all this independent stuff. We have interesting throat chakra clearing there. So like you may have had to like stand up for like your truth, and like that reconnected you to your zest for life and like your joy, but like it took courage, and that courage was like I'm just like getting the image of like you were building like, you know, and this determination is like really sticking out. It's like you were building a brick wall, like brick by brick, and then when you were finished, like that brick wall actually formed like a tank. And like ultimately, I'm just getting, and cause and effect is like really sticking out here to me. I'm like getting the sense of like you were like, I'm just hearing in a place at a time. So it's like I'm hearing you've done no wrong, but you did need like balance restored to some situation. And you know, oftentimes in situations where we're not instigators, but we find ourselves in situations where like we need to handle something, it's, you know, it takes a lot of courage to step up to the plate because you're not confrontational. So this was probably like you know, you might be coughing a lot, clearing your throat a lot, having a tired throat. Like my throat feels really exhausted right now. And 1, 2, 3 on my timer as I say that. And it's actually the timer on my microwave as well. So I think that's significant because it's like, you know, microwaves are convenience. And we were talking about the energy of your reading being that of like speed. So you are reaching like justice, fairness, and you have reached truth. I'm hearing a long time ago. And you have a strength to your clarity. And equality and balance is being restored. It's due to cause and effect in like cosmic and karmic law. on the bottom of the deck, this energy, we have competition, rivalry, conflict, disagreement, strife, tension. This is the Five of Wands. You know, I'm getting the sense, oh my gosh, that's really reminding me of some figures I had in my own life. It's like, I'm getting the sense that you were kind of in this battle amongst all these people. You know, you were the only one who, like, didn't want to fight there. I don't sense that you feel competition in others. Like, I think you feel really, like, secure upon yourself. But other people are insecure upon themselves. And so, you know, and you are actually, like, I'm getting high achiever is what I'm hearing. So people that are insecure when they interact with you, and you had at one point 4 or more figures and they may have been part of a group, like they may have all been part of a group, and I'm sorry, I was just getting a couple of downloads there, like I have so much stuff to unpack with you guys. So like the first thing that I was getting earlier is like you may have had like the heaviest stick out of this group, but like you didn't even want to be there, but like all these people, you were there because all these people brought you there by means of they all pick fights with you, or like they all saw competition in you. So like you were brought into competition. You were brought into conflict and rivalry and being in their presence because they were in that energy, and then like, you know, because you were reciprocating in energy with them, you were exchanging that even like unknowingly. And so there was tension there. You at least knew that. Like you knew there was tension. And I'm just hearing like all these other people's sticks were like so puny and tiny, like these people that were picking fights in comparison to your stick. It's like they were gnats. Like, you know, it almost was like it made sense and wasn't even an issue to just like, you know, squash this thing with your thumb on the table because you're trying to eat. And the other thing I'm hearing too is like you were the star of the show, and like you are the star of the show, but like in this group, and I'm saying were because you are no longer part of this group is what I'm hearing. And like you know, it's like it's interesting because I think in this group one person was trying to fill your shoes. Okay, I think in this group you were foundation, heart, and like strength, and just like the shining beacon of strength, honestly. Like heart strength and authenticity. I'm just hearing like batter up, and it's like every time it's time to batter up, like you step up to the plate. You're that person. And it's like in this group, okay? And also it's like you're kind of like this like an explorer figure, but like pirates, like people like think you're kind of, maybe might think you're kind of dangerous because they don't understand what you do in an explorer sense, but like you're kind of just outlandish, I'm hearing, and maybe atypical and unconventional. And I'm literally hearing like frontiersmen, like you might be on the frontier of something. And it's like these people were trying to fight you on that frontier of yours as you were standing there like peacefully. Like now I'm seeing you as like a doe or a deer. Like, you know, you can assume it's an innocent energy. So it's a very young energy. I'll say that, okay? So you can assume a masculine or a feminine energy in this moment, honestly, in this moment when they're reading this, but it's like a page energy, okay? And like you were standing on this field and eating grass. You were like grazing grass, and like it's your field, and you didn't really understand like the frontier you were on, because it's just yours. It's like a kingdom that you inherited like through birth, okay? And you're grazing on your grass, and you're beautiful, and it's beautiful, and like life is happening, and honestly, I'm in their energy. It's like they're a group of, oh, their chest, my chest just got really tight. These people actually have like a lot of rage, anger, and like I keep wanting to say like scything or like seething or something, seething anger. Like it's like they get hot with anger, and like their skin gets hot, and like they react to it, and like their stomachs might hurt, and their heads might hurt, and like their teeth might, I mean, like their teeth might hurt, and their hair, and like I don't know. It's like they like look at you and your beauty, and it like enrages them. But I was like getting an image of you like as a deer grazing the grass, and like they were like in the bushes before the frontier begins, like, and opens up. They're like in the bushes in the forest, like, but at the forest line, and they're watching you for like crouched down as a group, like they're peering through the bushes, and they have like these safari caps on, and like they're passing binoculars around, and like none of them understand, because each of them have anger, and like none of them understand in their individual perspectives, and in their individual egos, so then in their individual worlds, and in their individual reactions to what's happening, and all of them are negative, by the way. They can't relay like a cohesive story. So as they're passing like the binoculars around, all they're doing is like aggravating the energy amongst them, stirring the energy, hypening the energy like amongst them, like, but they don't actually know. Like, if they were to actually like think about what it was that they were mad about, they would see like, they're mad about like things that are positive, so they need to look at themselves, and B, they don't have really anything. So okay, you are showing up though now as Virgo Libra, okay? Like, you are like decisive and also balanced, okay? We have unbiased judgment coming out, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, and perceptive. And this is in response to all this previous behavior. At the moment, you are also appearing in this magical energy, and this is something that's magical, that's like flowing through you. It's being like, I'm just hearing received, and like you've received it, okay? So like you don't need to worry. I'm sure you are resting and feeling very peaceful at this moment, like, and trying to rest more into that peaceful feeling. You're so you're so like powerful, but that's not a intensive way to describe you. Let's just get into your cards. You do a lot of soul searching, okay? Like, you show up as a hermit. Like, you are very complex and powerful, but like that does not even cut it. Language falls short to, like, for me in the moment. You're showing the magical energy that's like flowing through you, and like you've received it, and it's being like given to you, is that of King of Wands and Page of Swords. Okay, so like you're like going back to that frontier and that page energy. It's like okay, you guys, I don't know how much was lost there because my camera stopped there, but I just got the image of, it was so cute. It's like you've returned at this point to your frontier, and you're still the doe or the deer, and you're in the page, okay? You're in the Page of Swords energy. And it's like now you're in a full suit of armor. And I was imagining it like shaped to the doe or the baby deer, and it was so cute. Right now, you're showing up as a natural leader, a visionary, an entrepreneur. So you're probably doing like a venture of some sort, and that's like just confirmation on all this frontier energy. Like that's come up like at least 3 times now so far. And you have like a spooky energy about you, and like in the way that you like transform. Okay, you've done like deep transformation, like the parts of you that touch the core of you have touched the outside of the world. I don't know how else to say that, but like, the threads of you that are shown to the outside of the world and that everybody sees are threads that connect to the core of you, and like you have been all the way to the core. People, like your eyes, I'm hearing creepy, but I don't mean that in like a bad way. Like I'm getting like they have a glow about them, even if they aren't like blue with like a really defined rim around it, or like green. Like even if your eyes are black or brown or like a darker color, they glow. Like they have something about them that's like piercing, or like your knowledge, it like I'm getting like E words like evades or like evaporates, or like those. That's not what I'm. It like it like it emanates, but is that the word? It's like your knowledge and like your level of transformation is visible in your eyes, and like people that are highly insecure, for example, may struggle to look you in the eye. You're also having like new ideas out the wazoo. I'm hearing like you may be staying up later than usual, and like you've been wanting to, but like now you've been imbued with like the energy to do it. You have mental energy, and like when you don't have physical energy, your mental energy is pushing you past that barrier. You're thirsty at this moment for knowledge, and like you're finding new ways to communicate. So it's like maybe one of the things that one of the cards that's like confirmation. I was going to say maybe one of the cards that's like passing you in the left lane, and so it's going to your past, and so you're leaving it behind, is the ways in which you used to communicate, and like maybe even who you used to communicate to. But I'm getting more so, and yes, that's true because you've left this group behind, but like more so the ways in which you communicated have changed, and like those ways, making those changes, you embodying who it is that you are all the way out to like your skin, from the core of yourself out to your skin, and then like out to your aura, and then moving out in the world. I forget where I was going to go with that, but like, oh, well, it's just important to know, too, since that's coming up, that helps you overcome challenges. It's interesting that comes up, but that's not what I was going to say. And I just saw a card that was, ooh. So what may be hidden from you at the moment? Okay, is this Emperor energy here? Alright, so, but it's building. I can sense that, okay? Respect, leadership, stability, structure, rules and power. Like, you are setting the rules and power for yourself. Like, I'm getting the image of, like, remember when I told you you're, like, the doe, or the baby deer? And let me actually like just put that here so you can see it. Like, when I told you you're the, doe or baby deer, like, in the full suit of armor, it's like, I just see you kind of, like, solemnly, to be honest with you, but that's not what you're focusing on. Your mentality, like, your head is down, but your head isn't in that space, okay? Like, your body may be reacting. Oh my gosh, I just got a book downloaded. The Body Keeps the Score. It's a book that I bought and need to read myself, but it's like your body reacted to what it is that you went through because, you know, even the strongest of minds are contained within bodies, and those have their limits. Even minds have their limits, but even strong minds have physical limits. And you met those. You met your physical limits in this situation. I forget where that came from or where we were going with that, but anyways, you are, you know, you're making your own rules and power in this moment. You're refathering yourself too, okay? This is showing up as a father figure, okay? So you're creating stability for yourself in this moment, and like, you are making sure that you feel protected. You are in control. You are making sure that you discipline yourself, realizing that, like, nobody else, you know, your path is for you. No one can envision it like you can. No one can embody it like you can. And, you know, people may try to hijack it and stuff, but it still isn't theirs and wouldn't be embodied by them how it would by you. It's like, this is everything that's yours. Okay, so also I was gonna say though, I saw like your baby deer in full suit of armor is like solemnly hanging their head, and they're in their full suit of armor, and they're like trekking towards on this frontier. They don't know it, but this hill where there's some like castle rubble, and they, you know, it's like they don't know it, but it's like also like they do know it. That's what's interesting, because like, you're walking in the direction of, and that's interesting because we get Ace of Swords, and this card represents mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, sharp mind, new conflict, and surgery. You know, it's like you do know where you're going, but at the same time you don't know. But you have clarity about what's in the left lane. You might not know where the right lane is going, like where those cars are going, but you know where the left lane is, and like that positions you with clarity. And like, I think that's what it is. As you ascend, you are dropping like excess weight from your scales, and that's keeping it balanced. Like, you are matching the energy of the ascension. And like, normally people don't match the energy of the ascension, or like maybe they're not so aware of it, or like even if they aren't so aware of it, they aren't so responsive to it. Like, it doesn't matter if you were or weren't aware of it, you responded. Okay, and like, because you responded, and because you were diligent and responsible and responsive, okay, this isn't as harsh of a process as it actually could have been for you. Okay, you're leaving like bullies, abusive relationships, but you're getting justice for that. You are now the high priestess. Okay, and you have showing up 2 of Cups, 10 of Cups, Knight of Wands. You're transitioning from this old, like, unappreciative space, like, where people unappreciated what your energy offered them, and like, you know, the magic of you. You were very magical. You're very magical. Like, you're so cute too. A doe in a suit of armor, like, that is literally your energy, and like, that is you, and you're on your frontier. You're doing your thing. You're like visibly an artist, visibly beautiful, visibly like you. Oh my gosh. And like, to look at that and want to tear it down, you know, there's no judgment because these people just need healing, but it's like, these people obviously aren't in a good space, and it's good that you remove them from your life, okay? Right now, you are connected more than ever to your intuition. Your, like, sacred spaces, okay? You are acknowledging, like, the sacredness of yourself now more than ever. You're tapped into that knowledge. And, like, you're connected to your subconscious and the subconscious of the consciousness. You know, it's like you have stepped into your divine feminine, and it took a lot of healing to get there, and I'm getting like, it's like you may have snake symbolism come up for you, and white snake symbolism. I'm getting like white snake, not eating itself so much, but like it's going in a circle, and it's like, you know, self-care may have touched you in, or like tapped you into your divine femininity, and then your divine femininity was like helping you tap into your self-care, and like it was like going in a circle. You trust yourself now more than ever. Like, you used to question yourself a lot, I'm getting, and like now you don't do that anymore. You might for a split second, but you don't do it anymore. You don't really do that anymore, I'm getting. And you actually allow yourself to be sensitive, so that's quite beautiful. Like, and before you knew you were sensitive, but you might have felt shame around your sensitivity. You are ascending towards, you know, you're on the ascension path of divine love. So that means it's flowing through you. And you are, like, also heading towards a like, you know, eventually a platform where you will land. You don't always ascend, like, you do in a way, but, like, you also don't just, you never have a grounding. Okay? So, like, you're going to ascend to a spot where, like, you're going to have a new platform. And then you can ascend from there. And then you'll reach a new platform. And you'll, like, you know, you can think about however you want, but like it is always an ascension, but it isn't always an ascension in the sense that like your feet are always off the ground. Okay? So like you are on the path of, it's flowing through you, and you're heading towards a platform of like total unconditional love and support, like divine love. Okay, unified love, mutual attraction, true connection and partnership. Like, there will be a strength here. No illusions. This love will be like a portal. If I've never taken notice to this, but on this card, you know, like all this blue around the two figures is darker. And then like this sky between them. It's like your love will be a portal to reaching them, but then also your guys' love together will be a portal to like your Eden. Okay. There's energy and will be energy even more so. Like, there's energy now. Okay, I can sense that you feel energy incoming. And I just need to pause right here, guys, and like make my tea real fast. Okay, I appreciate that. So yeah, I can feel, you know, you may have came through a rest period. I'm hearing like integration. Like, it may have taken some amount of like action, like making sure you rest, making sure you self-care, making sure you resolve wounds, making sure, you know, doing shadow work, like action in that sense. It took action. It took like masculine energy in that sense. It like, oh, ooh, that's interesting. It took like an internal masculine energy. Like, you were acting, but it was like in a feminine way. Like, you were acting in a way that on the outside it looks like you weren't doing anything. But like the divine masculine within you was like actually, wow, that's really beautiful. It was like tending to your wounded divine feminine within you. And like it was literally like tending to its wounds, your divine feminine's wounds, like a field nurse. That's so beautiful. I'm getting chills all over. Let's see if Spirit wants to just give you any final messages. right now, you need to know. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune and Five of Cups make an appearance. You need to know, okay, because you're facing loss, grief, as we said earlier, disappointment. Okay, don't. Hopefully, you aren't regretting anything. Don't sit in the energy of regret. Is what I was gonna say. And something may have feel like it failed, and there's opportunity for pessimism here. But what Spirit wants you to focus on, okay? And this card actually reads the Wheel of Fortune, and I just heard like the music off that show. And this card though, it's telling you that good luck is on your side. Karma is turning like in your favor right now. The Wheel of Fortune turns around, or it turns up in a reading, turns around. That's interesting though, because it does turn around fate. It's like it can turn around fate, and it's like when this card shows up, the wheel is turning. Okay, the wheel is turning, and it's turning in your favor, and there's a turning point that you're at, and something is in it's an inevitable turning point. There's been ups and downs. Things have been unpredictable. But this is literally your beautiful destiny. Oh, you guys. I don't feel like I want to end there. Make sure you're saving money. Okay, this moment is about you building, like, your security. Okay, so, like, conserve. Don't enter a scarcity and lack mindset, because there's potential for that here. I don't get the sense that that's what you're doing, but just to let you know. This moment is about you taking control of your stability. It's just wanting, it's not saying be a penny pincher, I'm hearing. Just, put back some money for yourself here and there. You'll thank yourself. And I actually want to pull some additional messages. So I will be right back. Alright, we are back. And I grabbed some charms, and I went ahead and pulled those because they're a little noisy. And we will pull some messages from the fishbowl as well. Your charms are right on point though. Like, this first flower that we have, this little charm here, is more the energy that I was just talking about. Like, I forget what I was saying exactly, but like, this is more your energy. You're not showing up aggressive or whatever it was that we were just discussing. This is, you have more of a playful energy. Like, your masculine energy that appeared, like, where you had to take action and, like, pull yourself out of this pit, I'm hearing. It didn't show up in like the way, like, it may have, like, for a moment, I'm hearing, it may have for a moment, temporarily, for a moment, but most of this was internal masculine energy that wasn't displayed. Okay, like, I'm coming back to, like, you having your head in, when you're wearing the suit of armor and you're a doe, your head is, like, you're in a solemn position. It's like, it's dropped. You're looking down at the ground, like, maybe your eyes are closed even, you're, like, trotting very slowly, and, like, maybe you're even drudging. But, we also have an angel wing making an appearance. This is also your energy. A feather, letting you know Spirit is with you. And you may have Native American ancestry, specifically, is what I was getting from that. And this charm, you guys, I have no idea. At first I was like, is it a spatula? I'm not really sure. I think this part is, like, for the necklace. Okay, so that's what it looks like, I guess. I wasn't sure, but maybe you guys will be. And last, we have the snowflake. Let's pull some messages, final messages from the fishbowl. Alright, final messages from Spirit. Whoa, wow. We have here, you guys, and we're going to end on this, ancestral gift.